Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Nate Charles back with another thought of the day for August 22nd, 2025. So, a colleague recently reacted to one of my Substack posts on viewpoint discrimination with the laughter emoji. When I asked him why, he explained they didn't necessarily disagree with my legal analysis, but he thought my post leaned too heavily towards Republicans and didn't treat Democrats with equal scrutiny. That critique reflects a common misunderstanding about what objectivity means in a rule of law society. Objectivity does not mean that you must criticize both political parties equally, as if fairness requires some sort of symmetrical attack. That's not neutrality, that is a false balance. True objectivity means you apply the same standard to everyone without regard to who they are or what kind of labels they wear. In practicing law, we don't decide cases by saying, well, we ruled against one defendant, so let's rule against another one just to even things out. Instead, we ask, what are the facts? Do they meet the legal standards? And that's all that matters. Applied to politics, the same principles should hold. If one party or leader violates constitutional norms and the other does not, then objectivity demands that the violator be called out. If Republicans are failing to meet constitutional standards today, then that is the fact pattern that deserves scrutiny. Not because they're Republicans, but because they are violating the rules that preserve our democracy. I'm not a Democrat. I've never been a Democrat. I'm not here to cheerlead for one side or the other. I used to be a Republican. And today I'm an independent. My criticisms of the Republican Party these days have nothing to do with party membership, nor does it actually have anything to do with trying to balance out the debate. It has everything to do with whether constitutional standards are being respected. And from the Republican Party that's currently in power, they're not. They're not meeting those standards. That's the essence of neutrality under the law. You don't bend the rules depending on who's in the dock. You hold everyone to the same objective standards. Some will meet it, some will fail it. But that and that only is what should matter. For the same reasons, I reject whataboutism. The question isn't, well, what did the other side do? The question is, did you meet the standard? And if not, accountability should follow. That's how a rule of law society works. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Like I said earlier, happy Friday. I hope you have a couple of great days off from work if you're lucky enough to have them off. We're going to take a break from this until Monday. We got a pretty busy week coming up here at Charles International Law, and we got to get ready. We got a trial coming up on Monday for a very important case. But I'll see you again at some point next week. Thank you so much for listening to us, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week.